Right, hello guys, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Right, today, it's been a couple of days. I've recently got a load of brand new vehicles on my, for my garages, my apartment, my CEO business, and all that other stuff. Today, I'm going into a solo session so I can show you these cars. And I'm about to land into a garage where there's a couple of these cars at the moment. So I mean, they're like a bunch of classics. So these are the cars here. I mean, there's a modern car and a muscle car that I've had for a while, but I'm trying to make this garage a classic thing. As you can see there's more classics than there is moderns. I'm gonna get straight into it on this one because I like landed in this garage, and I kind of wanted to land out on the street so I can go to a garage or like call a car out and then go to a garage. So I'm gonna drive around in a couple of them and show all the new cars I've got in game right now on a solo session, so nobody's interrupting me, nobody's gonna try and kill me, blow my cars up, or anything like that. As you can see, straight up solo session. My rank is now 159. I'm now down at $151,364 because I spent basically all my money on my cars. And basically before you start the game, there's a little thing that comes up, and it basically tells you like who's playing what, and it's like Grand Theft Auto. They'd be like how many, it'd say how much is spent on cars, how much is spent on clothes, how many vehicles you've driven in San Andreas and such, and it basically states that I've spent over $51 million on vehicles. So when it comes to kitting these vehicles up, say for example at one point the new DLC comes out and I want the cars for that, I'd sell all my cars and then be like, just imagine how much money I could get off those vehicles. I'm not going to be on very long. I'll probably do 20 minute, 25 minute, 30 minute videos, see what happens. Because after that I'm going to go straight off and do some revising for my theory test. Because it's been a long time coming. In the past I've done it here and there, but now that the time's come, I really need to get it done. And basically I'm gonna do that. Plus I'm gonna start doing some documentary. I'm basically gonna document my life. I need to do something. It's basically sort of when my little boy grows up. I mean, I see him, but I want him to see what I've been doing over the years. And basically, getting back into the game now. I'll talk about that another day. And I'm basically going to show off the cars. So to start off, I'm going to start with this Roosevelt here. It's a vintage 1930s, 1940s Roadster or something like that. I don't know what it is, but let me go in first person mode. Basically you can see inside the vehicle here. If I climb in, everything's just original, nothing's been tuned up. The back seats basically just looks like a cardboard box, but it's not. It's obviously got wheels, engine, steering wheel, gears, and whatever else. I've had this car a couple of times. I really do like it. Maybe they should bring more of these out because they are really good cars. I mean, they brought out the Rapid Hustler on the Valentine's Day thing because it was part of a update for it, and then like it brought out a couple of cars, and then they start calling them Drift Beat or Drift Feet cars or something like that. and there was supposed to be a car that was supposed to be coming out before the Hustler. So because of the Valentine's Day, they changed it round and brought out the Hustler before they brought out the, I think it's till the, before they brought out this car, the Karin 190Z. So they brought that out for the Valentine's Day. This is a really cool car anyway. There's another one to it that I need to purchase. So I've got both cars. Anyway, the Karin 190Z is basically the I don't know what year it is, but it's a Nissan Skyline or the Fairlady Z or something like that. So it's basically a sports car, but it's a classic car. It can get tuned up. This hasn't been touched because I've recently just bought it for a whopping. Basically, go back to this a minute. This is, I think this one's set back about 700, just over 700,000. The Karin 190Z is based at basically a $800,000 car. I'm just going to get in and show you the inside of the vehicle. Got wooden panels, the dashboard, got the dials in the middle where basically the radiators and the vents and that should be. Got wooden panels through the entire car, even the steering wheel's made of wood, even the door panels, as you can see. As I look through the window, see where the window winder and the pull is. Another one, the Turismo Classic, is basically off the Ferrari. I don't know which Ferrari, but it's a classic one. It's a nice car. This has been tuned up. It was originally red, but I had it go yellow with white rims with a gold trim. Not gold trim, chrome trim. It's the Grotti Turismo Classic. Basically everything's just leather. It's that typical sports car thing. Obviously the boot on the front and the engine in the back. I can't remember what this one is. Lampadati Casco or something like that. It's a really unique classic vehicle. I got this when the update for that one came out a long time ago. It was like a few years now. I'd say it's off the, hang on, what vehicle is this off of? Because I've got another one similar to it. Legendary Motorsport. I've got, no, it's not that one. Let me scroll down. That's it, the Lampadati Casco. I think it's off a classic Ferrari, bit like the GT500. Yeah, it looks like a classic Ferrari style vehicle. Okay, let me go back up to the top. There it is. As you can see, this is the Grotti GT500. As you can see, the front end of the lights looks a bit similar to the Casco, and this is the Grotti GT500. So basically it's based off the 250 GTO or the GTO 250. I don't know how they pronounce that one. But that Casco is basically based off a Ferrari. That front bit there should be red. I have to change that soon. And then I've got the James Bond car, the JB700, which is off the 69 DB5 or DBS, one of the two. It's already got the mounted guns on it, which I didn't actually want on this car, but they're actually stuck on there. Basically with that one's classic everything in there, no wooden panels like the Karin 190Z. In here we've got a wooden dashboard, dial area. Everything else is, I think, made of leather or plastic or something like that. That's a really decent car. It's the vehicle that Franklin steals for Devin Weston off the studio set. This one's a iconic, classic car. I call it an iconic car because it's part of the San Andreas Super Sport series. It's basically a car from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in 2004. It's basically a low-rider muscle car. I think it's off the 40s Ford Coupe hardtop, but in all, it's a really cool car. And basically with this one now, basically as you drive off, it lifts off the ground, and when you're stationary, it lowers back down. So that's a cool car. I've got my Vin Diesel Fast and Furious Dukes, which is a 70 Dodge Charger. I've got the roll cage with the NOS in the middle of the seats, with the window tints, black paint job, station wheels. Obviously not the wheels that he had on his car, because because I don't know what wheels he had on that car. Leave that one out because it's just a regular Xeon convertible, not been touched. Here we have the Dominator Classic, which is Ellie, or shall I say Eleanor, gone in 60 seconds. The 1969 Shelby Mustang GT500. This is real nice. I bought this, I put a paint job on, the white stripes, the chrome wheels that it's got now, and a light tint on it, and it's been tuned, it's been maxed out, and it's just been left as it is now. It's a really classic car, it's a cool car, I love it, I like it, it's really cool. Right, well I'm going to take this one onto the next garage, and need to take it out of first person. I've got a garage about 2 buildings away, down here, with a couple of vehicles in it. These vehicles, I think there's 2 Insurgents and a couple of cars. So I'm gonna get right into that. I'm gonna take the vehicle out of here, and when I do, that one will end up automatically going back to the garage that I've just took it from. Yeah, 2 Insurgents. Basically, if you call, what is it, Pegasus, it's got a line of vehicles, and one of the vehicles in there is the Insurgent. I bought the white one. Basically took it for 200,000. You put it in your Avenger or your mobile operation command center, and you can upgrade it, and then after you've upgraded it, you can basically keep it. But what you need to remember from Pegasus, you're only paying $200 to take it out, so you're not actually spending quite a lot of money on it, even though you do on Warstock Cash and Carry. It is there, you're looking at about 1.3 million, 1.7 million there. So I got 2 of them. I've on both of the Insurgents. I mean, the green one, it's not coloured up like the white one is, but they're both upgraded, and on the both of them they've got 50 cal miniguns on them, so it makes them more deadlier. Then I've got the actually I'll first person just jump into this so you can see what it's like indoors. You can't use your weapons out of the vehicle. You've got tints on it. You've got the these dash thingies here where the buttons and stuff are. You got these here. They're not these dial things here are actually what they use in race cars. That's the top tier minigun, and then you got the back seats there and whatever else there. This one here is Michael's car in story mode. This is the Obey Tailgater. This is a decent car. Me and how it's got the iPhone's pocket stand there with the cup of coffee there. This is basically out off the Audi A4, I think it is. Looks like the same model. Yeah, so I've got that one. Then we've got the Windsor. I actually got this one for free off. I actually purchased the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, even though I didn't actually need it, but I needed the cash, so it gave me a couple of things for free: vehicles, weapons, clothes, tattoos, and such. Otherwise, if not, this would have been about $800,000. I've actually got the I'm going to say Chrysler then, but it's not that. I've actually got the Windsor Drop. It's a 5-door convertible, but on a longer level. I've got the not Obey, you know about me. The Eulogy. I've got the Eulogy RH8, which is off the GTR 5 Nissan Skylines. What Paul Walker drove in the end of Fast 5, beginning of Fast 6, near the end of Fast 7. That's about it. You can actually get that upgraded at Benny's Original Motorworks. So it looks like the R32, was it R33, the R34 Skyline. I'll show you what that looks like inside. It's just a standard with the race dials on it, carbon fibre stereo set. I forgot to show you in here, so I'll show you in here as well. This is basically off the Rolls Royce. You can barely hear the engine on that, so that's really cool. I'll take that because I need to go to another garage now, so I'm gonna do that. Basically, I was gonna do a video the other day, but I thought, why not I just get a bunch of vehicles and then I can do it that way. So just trying to think where the other garage is. That's it. They're at my apartment and the Opus place. I've got a couple of vehicles in my facility, my Doomsday facility. So I've only got one in there. I can call it out and it'll basically show you what I've got. So if you could give me a comment on what vehicles you liked in this video. What the hell? Fucking hell. So basically my other videos, I've not seen any comments in the comment section. This game is I mean, I know there's quite a lot of videos based on this game, but I'm trying to do the best I can on here. Nearly there. So the vehicles you've seen already so far, what vehicles did you like the most? I've got a few vehicles that are all kitted up and maxed out, and the majority of the vehicles are just standard, not been touched. I mean, they might have had a paint job, but apart from that, they've just not been touched. I'll do my apartment garage first because I've got a few number of supercars in that one. Oh, there is another garage. Nearly missed it there. It's by the airport. So once I've done with that, I've got a car that can fly, so I'll fly to the airport instead of driving, because it'll just take forever. It'll just take ages, and I can't be bothered with the ages thing. I've got the, I can't remember what this is. Conquest Classic, that's it. It's based off the Corvette Stingray. Nice car, cool. It's got a big back to it. Almost the back of it almost looks like a Jaguar E-Type. Bit stupid, really, putting out a Corvette. Got the Buick. Still got this car. I've showed this in a previous video. I've got the Tampa from GTA 4. It's basically a Camaro, but I don't know what year. I think it's like 70 or 68 or something. I'm not too sure. Then I've got, what's this one? The Vapid Contender SUV. The front of it basically almost looks like the vehicle, the Kuruma. Really nice car, basically Mitsubishi. Big back, 4 doors, big wheel arches, and large wheels. I like it. Really cool car. First person with this one. This is, I think this is off a Ford. I'm not too sure. It looks like it that way. I'll blaze up the inside. What does that say there? So I can't really see what it says on the. No, can't really see that on the steering wheel off. I'm sure it said Vapid there. It's really cool. It's loud. It's got that that spaceman paint job thing with the purple and the American flag on it. This one is, I'm not too sure what this is. I've had this once, the Vapid Guardian Industrial. I've only had it once, and that was a long time ago. The Vapid Industrial, it's a big industrial truck. It's Vapid, so I'm guessing it's Ford. I'm not too sure. The Camacho recently came out, not this update but a previous update. Quite cool. Let's have a look at the front of that. Yeah, Canis Camacho. So I don't know what kind of thing Canis is. You can have something that goes in the back there. The Voodoo is a rusty piece of crap, but you can get it upgraded at Benny's Original Motorworks. This car is off Grand Theft Auto 4, but on there the car is in a better condition than it is on here. I really like this car, that's why I forgot it. I've not got rid of it. It's the definition of a lowrider. Yeah, I've done those. This is the Primo. I think it's off a Buick, but a more modern version of a Buick. I've done it all blood and Crip thing. Got the red paint job with the red wheels, and that it's lowered to the ground. This is another car that I could take into Benny's, along with the the Buick look-alike there with the Voodoo as well. And then I've got this sort of like 60s, 70s style station wagon with only 2 doors on it, and a surfboard on top, the Goldie Bronzy paint job, chrome wheels. That's been maxed out, but it's still quite slow. So those that like classic cars or any sort of car, if they wants to get this vehicle, fair enough, but if anything, I wouldn't really consider getting it. I've not really used it. It's got a rally thing on the bumper there, so it pretty much tells you that it's a rally car. It's that Volcar. Oh, that's probably the name of it. Going over to the CEO now to have a look at the other cars. you'll be amazed on what I've got in there, because I've got a dozen supercars, I've got all sorts. Office garage. Your throat's starting to hurt now. Load up. When it decides to. Here we go. Still got a couple of these cars as well. I've just purchased a couple of others. I've still got the Turismo R. This is one of the vehicles that I got for free on the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. Open the door. It's the Grotti Turismo R Super. Looks pretty cool with the dials, a bit similar to the other. The other vehicle, I can't remember which one it was, but another had exactly the same as where that carbon fibre bit is. And then I've got, I don't know what this one is. It is a Fogan Italia GTB Super. That's the inside. It almost looks like a spy car. It looks pretty cool. This is a car that you can take to Benny's and get it upgraded, along with the orange car right next to it and the blue Bugatti looking car. I don't know what the real version of this car is, but it's pretty much cool. This is I don't know what this one's off either. It's the Ducati Spectre. So I'm guessing this is another Spiker, unless it's off the new Aston Martin. This is a really cool car that you can take to Benny's Original Motorworks. It's cool, lights look cool on it, the entire car looks cool. Now this one, the Bugatti looking type, is a Truffaut Nero Super. It's big, it's spacious, it's cool, it's got plenty more gadgets in there. This is another one you can take to Benny's Original Motorworks. It's a pretty cool car, it's fast, and it's worth the money. This is based off the Koenigsegg Agera. It is the Entity XXR. This is something that I really like. I mean, the price on this one is pretty expensive. It's like between going upwards of $2.5 million. This is the most expensive supercar I own out of all the cars I bought. It's pretty cool. It's fast. It's loud. The exhaust pops like you'd hear a popping of fire or something like that, or a firework. There's nothing really to see in here. It's all just pretty much simple. That's a cool car. Then we've got the Tempesta, which is in black and white, more Lamborghini style. I'd say it's the either the Murcielago or the Huracan. Not too sure. I'll just get inside. This is pretty much loud as well, as you can see. Engine sounds cool. Not too many gadgets in that. So that's that car. As I make my way up to the second level, you're pretty much gonna like everything you see here in vehicles. I've got the Chameleon, which is an electric car. That roof shouldn't be carbon fibre, but I put it like that because I like it like that. It should have a electric roof thing. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called anyway, but it should be that. But instead of that, it's carbon fibre with silver paint job. I'm still deciding whether to put it gold. I'm not too sure. It's a fast electric car. It is quick. It is really quick. I like it. It's, on the Legendary Motorsport for $100,000. I've got the Carbonizer. I've had this a long time. At one point it was yellow, it looked really cool. Then it was white, then black, and then gold. It's a cool car. It's fast. It still gets me about from A to B. Then got the OB9F, which is off the Audi R8. I've had this maxed out, straight up putty gold, black tints. I think they're like 25-inch wheels. That's a pretty cool car. Then you've got the Sentinel Classic, which is off the BMW E80, E30, one of the two. It runs like a race car 'cause the engine sounds pretty intense. The wheels, they're gonna have to stay as they are because I can't find any decent wheels for that car. The paint job is pretty cool. I like it. I've just left it as it is with the spoiler and the engine tune-up, I think. Then this is like a Aston Martin. I can't remember what this is called. The Ducati Rapid GT convertible Aston Martin style. It's pretty cool. Then we've got the Kuruma. I've had this car from the beginning, from the very beginning. When you do, to get this car, you had to unlock it by doing the Maze Bank arena, the Maze Bank job out of Paleto Bay. Really cool car. This one started off as blue, then red, then orange, slate grey, black, matte black, white, and then gold. So that's had a couple of colours. Then we've got the Banshee, which is the Dodge Viper. I've had this for quite a while. It's blue paint job, white stripe, coal rims. And at first it was a convertible, but then I put a roof on it, put black tints on it, and put a spoiler. And I've not really touched it. It's sort of just, sat there. Just one more level on here. The flying cars on here, so I'll be able to show you what that's about. I've got a motorcycle, which is I can't actually pronounce that. I'm just going to leave that as it is. I'm just going to say it's a bike. I can't pronounce the name on it. Then we've got the Buffalo Sport, which is a Dodge Charger. Franklin's car in story mode. This hasn't really been touched. I've had this for quite a while. It's a simple stereo there. You just mess about with gadgets and stuff. Then we've got the Comet, which you can take to Benny's and have it custom upgraded to the Comet RS Custom or Comet Retro Custom, whatever.